So for today's guest, I'm excited for this one because it's going to be a fun interview. Has become sort of a local legend as far as social media goes and weather goes in the upper Midwest. We have Brina Seng joining us on Wednesday Night Live. Brina, how are you doing this week?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing good. Enjoying the nice and clear weather. Not too often we've said that this summer.
Yeah, it's nice here. I don't think we've really gotten any rain this week, which, yeah, I don't think I've said that once so far all summer, but we'll take it. Obviously, it's sprint car outlaws, so it doesn't rain, but for late model outlaws, it always seems to rain here. So we'll have perfect weather leading up to this race.
Yeah, that's good because it's a big weekend coming up for Grand Forks and West Fargo with the Outlaw Sprint Cars coming up. And so, of course, this is one of the weeks where it's like if things could go smoothly weather-wise, that just makes things a whole lot easier.
Yeah, it's a big weekend for not only us, but for Fargo and for the Schatz family, the local name here. And the girls come in and making their debut, and Donnie making his debut. And yeah, it's going to be a big week, especially for Fargo at their home track.
Yeah, definitely going to be a great opportunity for the local race fans to come out and see some of the biggest names you'll see in dirt track racing. And especially with like the last couple of weeks have gone on the sprint car front for the Schatz family. Should be a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited.
Well, for anyone tuning in, if you have a question or you just want to say hi to Brina, feel free to drop it in the comments below and feel free to give you a shout out. I see Caden Davenport from over in Bismarck tuning in. So, hey, Caden, good to see you. Hopefully, see you sometime this weekend. So, Brina, to get to know you a little bit, your last name is very familiar to race fans around the area. Kind of talk to us about, I guess, how long you've been around racing or what was your level of involvement for the last, before the last couple of years?
Yeah, so I feel like Brad, everyone kind of knows Brad in the area. Brad Singh, that's my dad. He's a promoter at the Speedway. Before Cole Shield was the president of the NLRA, he was also the president for a super long time. He's been racing since the day I was born, so I've always been at the dirt track, always been traveling with him. And then I guess a few years ago, I decided to take over kind of the social media part, which at first kind of started when I would just like post the cancellations, post weather, small weather updates. I didn't have my meteorologist name yet. But yeah, this past probably 2 seasons, I decided to kind of take it over this year, especially. And it's kind of blown up, and now it's something that I could make a full-time job. Like running social media is a lot, and the stuff I do at the track, it's really fun. And if you would have told me 3 years ago this is what I would be doing this season, I would have laughed in your face. But yeah, it's fun.
You are so right on social media being a full time job. Like it seems like out from the outside perspective, it's easy to like okay, you just post like a time or two a day or a couple of times a week, but it can get time consuming the more you dive into it.
Absolutely. I mean, we just had a video blow up over 200,000 views and stuff, and it's like I don't think people understand you can make money when you get videos that blow up like that. And like that's how Zach Johnson started off, and now he's probably a millionaire, more than a millionaire. And so it's just like you get what you put into it, and it's like social media stuff. If you put all your time into it, you're gonna get a reward. So, I mean, I try really hard to make it fun for the fans and for people and get people out to the track and stuff. And yeah, it seems to be working, so it's fun.
Yeah, and even before you kind of got into the social media aspect, you were saying you spend all your time at the dirt track. Did you spend any time wrenching on Brad's car, or you kind of just kind of observe from a distance?
I would observe from a distance. I was the type, if it was hot, I would be sitting in the hauler. The only heat race I would really go up for is his. I mean, I've been at the track my whole life. I could probably change a tire if I wanted to, but do I want to? No, because it'll probably fall off on the track, and I don't want the blame for that, so I choose to watch.
Fair enough, fair enough. My experience is grinding a tire, so there's
Yeah,
that.
I could probably do that too, but I would not do it correctly.
Well, late model tires, especially the tire I grinded was off a modified, and I think a late model tire was twice as wide as the one I grinded. So that would take me like
Yeah.
ages to
Okay.
get that done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you mentioned you have all sorts of hats that you wear besides the social media. Kind of talk to us a little bit about the other roles that you play at the racetrack today.
Yeah, so I guess another thing recently this season is I've kind of got into the announcing thing. We lost one of the best in the area, I think, Chad Hoff. He moved to the other side of the state, sadly. We miss him a lot. But John Roberts was kind of dropping some secrets where we might get him back at the end of the year for possibly the sites or something, which he's great. I hope we do get him back. So I guess the Speedway's just been trying to fill a role of a new speaker, but no one will ever live up to him. So I guess I've been kind of just throwing myself in there. I've done 50-50 a few times. I guess I just kind of run around and do whatever needed. I used to help my dad out a little bit with the NLRA lineups and stuff, but that's with Cole now, and he's doing a great job, and he don't need my help. So I kind of just do what's needed, I guess.
Okay, and have you been enjoying the announcing aspect of it? I've been dabbling in it myself. I do enjoy doing it every once in a while. So how does it from your side?
So my first night was actually supposed to be announcing the late models for Sprint Car Outlaws because their announcers really only do the sprint car aspect. And John was like, "Yeah, John Roberts, you wanna announce the late models?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." And then I get to the track, I see the crowd, and I chickened out. And then I made Stephen Lewis do it. So, Stephen, if you're watching, you're a real one. But yeah, at first few times, I'm sure people couldn't really understand me because I was mumbling my words and the microphone was shaking in my hand so much. The first time I interviewed Dustin in Victory Lane, he kind of had to grab the microphone, I think, because my hand was shaking so bad. But yeah, the more weeks I've done it, the more comfortable I've gotten. And it's been nice that people kind of already know my face off the Speedway page, so it's not like I'm just this brand new person out there. But yeah, it's everyone's been very welcoming and it's actually kind of fun now and I think I'm gonna end the year kind of doing more of it and hopefully just getting more comfortable doing it.
That's awesome, and I can definitely relate to that on the announcing side. A couple of my first announcing gigs, I was so nervous starting out. No matter no matter the crowd size, it'd be like, oh gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. But then usually, once you get like the first heat or a couple races going, and then you just like, okay, well, made it through that, and now everything is natural from there.
That's how it was for me too. Like I only went down for the feature that one time and then the next weekend I had done the whole race and it was like after a few heat races, you're like, okay, well, I got it out of me now. Like I got the original talking for the first 30 seconds out of the way, so now it's okay. It's not so bad.
Yeah, yeah. It's sometimes it's easy when the racing action kind of just calls itself. It's kind of when
Yeah.
you want to fill in like the deader time or kind of the slower times. It's like, okay, how am I going to fill in the gaps here?
Yeah.
But if the racing's exciting, pretty much speaks for itself.
Yeah. Usually we don't really, I guess we kind of talk if there's a red flag. A new thing we've been doing out at the track is if you do watch like Outlaws or High Limits, if there's a red flag, they'll go up and interview different drivers and either just a driver stop, not in the action, or someone that's actually in the wreck. And I think it was 3 weeks ago, the week before the rain out, I was doing that a few times, Hall of Fame night. And there was a few red flags in the sprint car feature, and I would just throw the mic in the guy's face after he got out of his car, and nothing was said there, but hopefully one of these times we get some good drama going on the track because I know the fans would love that.
Yeah, the fans kind of enjoy those. I think, yeah, the high limit ones as the ones I've really watched, and then where they've gone up to interview a driver or two, and it's very interesting to hear their perspective fresh out of like an incident or what's going on during the race.
Yeah, and then just we went up to like Mark Dodmeyer was leading the heat or feature at the time, so we just threw the mic in his face too, and then the fans love it. The fans love the engagement, so you might as well just give it to them.
Yep, might as well. They're not going anywhere for a little bit anyway, so you might as well make it entertaining.
Yeah.
Want to say hi to Brody Michelson watching and Stephen Lewis checking in, saying Brina is doing a great job in everything she does out there. So thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing great work out there, Stephen, as well with all you do as well. He has a lot of hats that he wears around the racing community.
A lot of them.
Yeah,
That guy is everywhere, and he would take the shirt off his back for you. I have a lot of respect for him.
definitely. Definitely, I would agree with that. So then, kind of getting into more of this year's stuff, I think you probably picked a good year to get involved in the weather and meteorology side because this year has been crazy on all fronts weather-wise.
Yeah, so it's like my original first post, it was, I think, the second weekend of the season, and Grand Forks got hit with like 30-mile-an-hour winds. And it was gonna be like 50 degrees on Friday. And if you looked in the sky, it was black. Like it was storm clouds all around us everywhere. And we had canceled, I think, on Wednesday. And just looking forward to the forecast, my cat's going nuts. We were just like, yeah, we're not gonna race. And people question us and are like, why are you canceling it early? So then Friday rolled around and it was exactly what we expected. Downpour, windy. It was literally pitch black out. So I decided to be my own meteorologist and go stand out in the rain and give the haters and the keyboard warriors what they wanted and show them why we canceled. And I guess after that it stuck because that following week we had a chance of rain and we had people in the comments saying like we're not gonna listen to anyone unless it's a meteorologist reporting. So then it just kind of stuck from there and other tracks started doing it in the area, and it's like that stuff's so fun to see because I am very young, and if I can like inspire people and make stuff a trend and stuff, that means I'm doing something right. So yeah, it's just like fun stuff like that that people look forward to weekly. And like when Wes was here, I did one with Wes. I've done one with John Roberts. Hopefully tomorrow I can do one with a few special guests. And then, like, you just make them fun. Like, I did one for Hall of Fame night. I've done one in a swimming suit over my clothes. And it's just like, I've done one in a water truck. Almost stalled it, but the fans loved it. And it's just like making things fun. It just makes the environment so much better.
Yeah, and it loosens the mood, loosens the tension, because I'm sure people are just like, oh, here we go, another race day where we don't know what the weather is going to be like. Well, let's just lighten the mood up a little bit. And those videos do that.
Yeah, and they're getting a lot of views. And I don't know exactly why. I mean, it gives the Speedway more followers and stuff. So, like, the fans love it for themselves, but we also love it for ourselves because it's making our views go up, our followers. And it might bring an extra person or two to the track just because it makes it look fun. And if something looks fun and entertaining, you're gonna go.
Yeah, I agree with that. You gotta keep people entertained and kind of keep people's eyes on whatever it is, because there's so many things that distract us, or so many things to do, especially during the summer around here. So anything to kind of catch their eye is beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got Sammy Joe Brudwick checking in. This might be a question for both of us. She's asking, have you been to the Williston Basin Speedway? Kind of like, how far out have you ventured from Grand Forks, I guess?
Yeah, have we been to Williston?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't remember, but obviously I've been there at some point.
I suppose it's if like you spend most of the time in the holler besides your dad's races, you probably haven't seen too much of the tracks then.
Yeah, I remember going to Jamestown. I feel like everywhere he's gone, I've gone in probably the last 19 years.
Okay, that's a
Pretty
lot of
cool.
races.
Yeah, he used to go a lot farther, but now he kind of really sticks to the NLRA tour just because it is a lot promoting a track and stuff. And yeah, we used to go to a lot of more fun races, but he's boring now, so we kind of just stay local.
Yeah, I mean the NLRA schedule itself. I don't know off the top of my head how many races they have, but they have quite a few, and they go quite a few different places.
Yeah, it's fun.
Susie Jenstead, hopefully I'm pronouncing that last name right, says, I can't wait to see what new content Brina has up her sleeve every week. So there you go. Prime example.
Speaking of her, congratulations, because she just found out she was having a boy. Her fiance is Brandon Corbett, late model driver.
Okay, there we go. Now we're connecting the dots. You know, speaking of like those collaborations you've done with like Wes and any other drivers for weather reports, has like a guy like Reed Timmer, I feel like that would be an awesome collaboration, especially the way some of the weeks in the summer have gone.
I was so tempted because he's been in North Dakota how many times already? Like, I feel like we can't get rid of him. And when we had that severe storm this past weekend that we canceled, I was trying to find him. Like, he's known to kind of sit in hotel parking lots. And I was so tempted to drive around and find him and make a video with him canceling the race. But then we ended up not, should have not canceled the race. But that's a conversation for a different day. But
Yeah,
if you don't know,
that's the whole other aspect, especially when you're like running social media and it's like, oh gosh, like do you bank on the forecast and what it may say or what it does? And yeah, it's like you're in a no-win situation.
yeah, a lot of people understand that. And for the few people that just like to run their mouths on social media, like it doesn't bother us or the promoters or anyone because obviously you don't know what goes into a racetrack and what goes into a Friday night looking at severe weather possibly in the future. So for me running the social media, you're just gonna get a smart ass comment back and we're gonna leave it at that. And the fans love to see smart ass comments, so that's what it is.
Well, speaking from experience, it's better to play things on the safe side considering I've been at a track and seen a tornado at the same time. So,
Oh, were you in where was that this year where a tornado actually touched down?
Watertown.
Were you there?
Yep, I was at the track when that happened.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of weather like that, so I don't know what I would have done in that situation. I saw Tyler Peterson, he went posted a video or he was going live or something and it was nuts. I don't
Yeah.
know what I would have done.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. It's fascinating for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then immediately it's like, oh, I actually need to get out of here. And I assume from a promoter standpoint, that would be an absolute nightmare to deal with.
I don't even know what we would do. Like obviously Grand Forks, you don't really get a lot of tornadoes touching down. Supposedly we had one go through. There's no shot because there was no damage. But yeah, so I think an EF1 they said, and it
That's
was
what I
kind of
heard
right by
too.
our house. Like we live on 17th and it said it went down 17th. So I don't know, but yeah, I couldn't even imagine what I would do getting all of the haulers out and having everyone get home safely. That just seems very stressful, and I don't even like thinking about it.
No, hopefully tracks don't have to deal with that, if ever, again. Steven's
Awful.
saying whenever Reed Timmer is here, he checks his insurance policy. Smart idea.
Yeah.
Cassidy Corbett checking, and she's asking Brina, do you know if we are getting a foot race for the redraws or feature starting spots anytime soon?
Oh my gosh, you don't know how bad I want to do this. Imagine the top eight guys. It doesn't matter what shape or size or how tall or how short or if they have arthritis or what. You foot race for a redraw. Like, tell me that doesn't sound like a great idea. Like, awesome.
I'd agree with that. I actually joked around with like the street stock tour like in February because I was down at a half marathon wearing the shirt, and I'm like, hey, for one redraw we're gonna do a foot race, and immediately I got like two messages saying, heck no, I ain't doing that.
I want to do that so bad and I even reached out to a few late model guys and it was like 50-50 like it was either absolutely let's do it or no shot. And you know what? To the guys that say no shot, you need to go to the gym. And then maybe you would say yes.
Or would you
One
allow
of those
like
guys
them to
was my
like
dad too, so
oh
he needs to go to the gym.
well maybe they could like like have like a pinch hitter for their redraw running spot.
Yeah. You know, we made a rule if you were over 15 had arthritis, you could tag someone in. So, but no one likes my idea. Or I guess the old guys don't like my idea. So, in the near
Sounds like
future, that's gonna be a thing.
sounds like this would be a good idea to try out at the sites.
Sounds awesome. I'm on it. I will be on that.
Oh gosh, I can only imagine some of those travelers from like Wisconsin and coming and it's like, oh yeah, we're doing a foot race for the redraw for the 92 lapper.
I would pack my stuff and go home. But that sounds like a great idea still.
I think it'd be fun. It would be a sight to see. I mean, we just had two tracks. We had Mandan and Jamestown do high heels races, and a bunch of drivers participating in that. So you can't tell me there wouldn't be enough participation for an actual foot race in the redraw.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea too. That's on my list. A high heel race? Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, they're fun. They're for Drive to Survive and cancer awareness. So you can have it go to a cause. It's very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, most those races are really fun when they do like the pink out and stuff like that. I give all those tracks and all those races and the people that I guess or the people that do them and stuff like props to you guys for racing for a cause.
Absolutely. Hey, Susie's on board with the foot race redraw.
Yeah. They were kind of the original people. Her and Cassidy, who's also watching. Shout out to those two because they were the ones that kind of sparked the idea. But it's gonna happen one day, Susie. Don't worry.
Well, she's just said she'll provide the high heels for it.
Great idea.
You got Kelsey Peterson, Jason Shu checking in, as well as Colin Nelson. Thanks everyone for tuning in, having some fun here on a Wednesday night. So, what kind of goes into a week like this preparing for the Outlaws versus a normal week when you have your regular racing divisions?
I mean, obviously you gotta prepare for a bigger crowd, so it's like getting more food. Obviously, getting a lot more beer. Beer sales go up a lot during this time. I mean, for everywhere, all the workers, you kind of got to double up. Like our concessions, get double the workers just because the lines will be a lot. Um, I guess I don't really see it from my dad's perspective, but it's just a lot of preparing for a big crowd. I mean, usually our sprint car outlaws are our biggest show, and especially more bathrooms. What else? Track prep. Anything else? He's feeding me information. More security, more 50-50 girls, obviously, just that bigger crowd, just preparing for them. It's by far our biggest show, so just getting ready for them to come.
Yeah, and do you have like so like with the sites you have 3 days worth of racing and you have like people from Canada that come down probably 2 3 days before that. Do you have a big crowd that kind of comes in even before the Outlaws get there?
Yeah, so we have a little thing we call Little Canada. It's just our little campsite kind of outside the speedway, and people like to get those parking spots because obviously there isn't a lot of them, and a few people actually, or a few, there's probably close to 10 campers out there that stay out there all summer. And so the spots you can get right away, people will take. So I actually was just giving some information for people that were pulling into the campsite today about getting plugged in and stuff. So what's it, Tuesday? Wednesday? I mean, there's people coming in already for the outlaw race.
Yeah, that just tells you how big some of these races are at River Cities in particular, and yeah, those are prime spots. And Little Canada, I recommend going and visiting Little Canada if you're there for a day or a night or the entire like sites weekend. It's very entertaining going over there.
Oh, very fun. And you'll probably leave with a plate of food, and it's gonna be good food. So,
Yes. Yes, very true. Camden Kelson checking. He's suggesting something else with the redraw. He's saying suggesting to do what Hunt for the Front does and have a bike drag race and have some of the bike tires be flat.
Also sounds like a great idea. Let's do all of these. Like, I want all of the redraw guys to look so silly, and I want the fans to just have a great time watching it. So if anyone has any ideas, send them my way because this sounds like a fun time.
Well, speaking of a fun time, so I think it was either last week or the week before you had bus races, correct?
hmm
So I know in a couple of the videos you've been in the water truck, and there was this video that was on the page of the water truck in front of the buses. Were you the one
Yeah.
driving the water truck?
Oh my God, no. Oh, no, but that's actually the video that blew up. And I don't get it. It's like a 10-second video and it has over like 200,000 views. But no, that was actually our track prep, our main guy, Doogie, in there. And yeah, it was a little just surprise we made for the kids because that was our back to school bus night. And that's actually one of our bigger crowds too we usually have because the kids love watching school buses. Well, not kids, everyone loves watching the school buses. So yeah, Doogie went out there and sprayed a few of the buses and he went slipping and sliding a little bit, but yeah, that was fun.
Well, it's something you don't normally see at the racetrack, especially a water
Oh,
truck spraying in front of a bus. Heck, I thought at first the bus was trying to take out the water truck.
yeah, you never know with those guys. Stuff happens and oh, yeah, you never know.
Oh, and bus race nights are always fascinating because I think Cedar Lake does bus races and a couple other tracks too. And they, like you said, they're some of the most popular race nights watching school buses.
Absolutely. Yeah, our back to school bus nights. Yeah, pretty bigger crowd we've had in the last few weeks, and people just love it. I think teachers getting for free that night, and yeah, it's just we have the big red reading school bus, which that's like reading school bus that goes to all of our local schools, and that bus goes down there, and yeah, the kids love it.
That's good. That's good to have race nights like that, that the kids and families all kind of come together and enjoy it together.
Absolutely.
Do you have a favorite race night out of all the ones that you have at River Cities or any other track that you go to?
Well, this year I was actually gonna try go to the Hunter. I've never gone to the Hunter before, so hopefully that's the weekend after the sites, I believe. But yeah, I like to go to obviously all the races my dad goes to, whether that's like the Stampede or there's a few other specials in the area, Greenbush's special. I mean, there's a lot of this, I guess wherever NLRA goes, it's considered a little bit of a special, but Fergus's King of the Dirt's always really fun. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try go to the Dome this year too. Hopefully that everyone raves about that, so I feel like I need to go get a taste of that too, but I feel like my favorite race though would still have to be the sites. But other than that, yeah, I love going to support other tracks and going to see their racing too. Get away
Well,
from
for
ours.
yeah, I was gonna say for you, like if you haven't been to the 100, that's almost kind of a good like decompression week off the sites because like I'm sure it's like hectic on the social media front and handling all the chaos that weekend entails, and then you can kind of go spend a day or two down in Fergus Falls and not have to worry about that.
Yeah, no. That's my plan this year is to just go enjoy that for I think it starts on Tuesday this year, so might not make it Tuesday, but maybe Thursday or Friday and just enjoy some great racing.
Yep, that's I look forward to that week, but I also know that I am so tired at the end of it.
Yeah. Do you go straight from the sites then to Fergus or what does that look like for you?
Usually, I end up staying in Fargo for a couple days. Well, this year it might be a little different because I stay with friends in Fergus Falls, so I don't have to travel so far back and forth. But usually, I have like the 2 days to kind of like get my mind right, get everything prepared, and then Wednesday on, I just stay in Fergus.
Oh, I can say it doesn't sound bad, but you gotta be exhausted by the end of that.
Yeah, so I have a Garmin watch, and I average like 18 to 20,000 steps a day just at the 100 alone.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
Yeah, a lot of moving around, and because that's such a big facility, and it's easy to kind
Yeah.
of go all the way out in the back 40 and then back to the racetrack. It's like, oh gosh, do that three
Yeah.
times a night.
Yeah.
Amanda Enright checking in. Her favorite track, meteorologist. Keep up the great work, Brina.
Thanks, Amanda.
Well, one of the last questions I have for you. So I've actually seen you at a couple different tracks as of late. I saw you at Norman County last Thursday, kind of with Brennan Schmidt and the whole crew there. Now, were you riding with Brennan when all the ordeal happened when he lost some of his stuff from the trailer?
No, but you know who had to get him the suit and the helmet and the tear-offs and a transponder and call the track and get him switched heats and go get him signed in to the pit gate and get everything figured out for him? Me. Yeah, so he's probably in here right now, so shout out to Brennan for making my day very stressful, but yeah, that was an event. So his two victory lane posts are in Shane Edgington's suit, and he was using my dad's old white helmet and Shane's gloves, and yeah, and two features in them. So 25% of what he made had to go back to Shane and my dad. I'm just, I'm just kidding. But yeah, oh, that was a
Well,
day.
yeah, at least he made up for it by ending in victory lane. So that kind of takes the stress out of the rest of the day. Worth it.
Yeah, it was a day. It was something that you hear about sometimes, but didn't think it was gonna happen. And he called me and he told me it happened, and I'm like, oh boy. So I did what most people would do and went out to S&S and went in Shane and my dad got some stuff ready and off I went and we actually pulled into Ada. I think it was 6:54.
Yup.
And he was supposed to be in the first heat, but Jake and the crew down there were so kind to switch him to the second heat. So he was able to get there, but then he got into his car and figured out he didn't have a transponder. So shout out to Calvin for getting us a transponder too. But oh, babysitting men, tell me. Tell me about it.
Well, I knew there was something up because I usually show up 10 or 5 minutes before the first race in 8 on a Thursday anyway, and I saw him coming into town. I'm like, I think Midwest Bonds are first of the lineup, so he's cutting it close.
Yeah, very close. Oh,
And he is in the chat. He's saying thanks.
you're very welcome.
Congrats on the great weekend, by the way, Brendan. That's awesome that you got a couple wins. Well, did you want to give anyone a shout out or any group of folks before I let you go here?
Shout out to River City Speedway. Shout out to, well, I doubt the girls are watching right now, but who's ever in here, the girls, Amelia and Layla, are racing tomorrow, or Friday and Saturday. So shout out them because those are boss ladies right there, and they're making their outlaw debut and they're rewriting history. So shout out them for sure. And shout out to all my girls out there. I mean, McKenna Rommel, she got her first win a few weeks ago. Jersey got her first win a few weeks ago. We got some powerful women. We got Amanda down there. She works with our outlaws, or not outlaws, sprint cars. I mean, there's so many good women in this sport, and I'm honored to be on this podcast with you and just show that this isn't just men. This is also girls that do this too, and we can do as much as you guys do. Kelsey Peterson, she's in the late model right now, kicking ass. I mean, we had Amber Balkin come out of Grand Forks, and now she's racing ARCA NASCAR. Like, we can do it too. So shout out to all of my ladies.
There you go. Yes, that's awesome. They've been doing really well this year, like you said. Few feature wins and very influential in we don't know what we would do without like you, Amanda, kind of keeping all these drivers and guys in line.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you, Brina. I appreciate you taking some time out of your schedule to chat with us and getting to know you. I'm sure I will see you a few times before the season's done.
Yeah, thanks for letting me come on and talk, and I'm sure I'll see you sometime soon.
Yep, sites for weekend for sure, and maybe one or two other times.
For sure.
Alrighty, thanks everyone for tuning in to Wednesday Night Live. Have a great week, and we'll see you at the track.
Yeah.